Hey everyone, today I am sharing a full recap of our thrifting trip to Middletown, Ohio last week. We had three stores in mind: the Collective, the Salvation Army, and the Buckeye Thrift. But, as things happen, our plans took a little twist and a little turn. So let's get into it. So we started at the Collective in Middletown. It was a good start. The store feels clean, it's well laid out. I felt like it was easy to shop. Their prices, as usual, in a thrift store were kind of all over the place. That doesn't seem too different from most of the thrift stores that I go in. They did have free coffee. They had a little corner in the front that was dedicated to some local artists and crafters. I honestly thought the items in there that they had up there were a little high priced, but again, that's just my opinion. Your mileage may vary. I felt like the clothing was reasonably priced for the most part. I picked up quite a few things. We picked up a couple of Santa Claus and Christmas items. We did get a military Santa that is already listed on our website and on eBay, and a couple other things. And we got a few items that were gifts, so we picked a few things up. This does appear to be a for-profit store. I'm not sure where they get their inventory, but I do believe they buy some. I don't know if some of it's donated or not. I have no idea. I will say I thought it was worth the stop, and if you're in the area, I believe it's worth going in and checking out. It's clean and well laid out. Our next stop was the Salvation Army, and it was right around the corner from where we were. I was not as impressed with the Salvation Army. The prices were super high, and I noticed as soon as we walked in, they had Christmas t-shirts, sweatshirts, and sweaters up front. And some of them were like $10 for a used sweater. No, sorry, I think your prices are out of this world. I saw broken cups for $3. I saw broken appliances or appliances that I saw some that worked. I saw one that was broken. It was cheaper. It would have been cheaper to go to Walmart to get this stuff. In addition, there were some kids in there. I believe they were middle school kids. There was a group of them, probably 7 or 8 of them. They were causing some problems. They were harassing an older man. The clerk was calling for help. So I don't know if that's not the best area of Middletown. I really have no idea. I don't really worry that much about it. It's Middletown. It's not that big of a deal. But that was kind of my experience. I did find one item in there that I bought. They had a little Christmas tree, and it was behind the counter in their case, and it was $10, and it was cute. It had on the bottom, it had a little square base with drawers, and every drawer has a little ornament in it, so it's a countdown calendar, and you decorate the tree with the ornaments as your countdown. Has some lights on it. The lights work. All the ornaments were there, and it was $10 behind the counter. So you've got broken cups sitting out on the floor for $3 and a nice Christmas tree for $10 behind the counter. So check their counter stuff. Maybe you'll find something. All in all, I would not go back there. Not my first choice. I like some Salvation Armies. That wasn't one that I would go back to. Our last stop was supposed to be Buckeye Thrift. We couldn't get there. The parking lot was torn up, and I mean torn up halfway across the parking lot, all the way out to the road. You could only get in as far as the restaurant that was in front of the parking lot. You couldn't walk across it because they were working on it. The only place we saw to park was clear down at the other end. We're not even sure we could have walked across because, again, they were working on it, and we're not sure we could have walked through the area. So we ended up leaving, and we drove down towards the highway, and we went to the Goodwill. Always leave me to find a Goodwill to save my day. I like Goodwills. So at the Goodwill, what did we find? We found quite a bit. We kind of walked out with a cart full. We found a really cool Franciscan cake plate. Actually, it's a riser type plate that's apple. So it's beautiful. Gorgeous. It's got a couple of little nicks on it. So they marked it as is, and it was marked down because of that. Love that, because they literally are little flea bites. Not a big deal. Found a really nice sapphire blue clear Costa crystal vase. There's just Scandinavian. It's really pretty. It's etched. It's got a little bit of watermarks on the inside, but I think I can get that out with some soft scrub. Kevin found a whole set of Sanyo teapots. It was a teapot with the cream and the sugar. I didn't even see it sitting there, but he saw it. Very cool, very nice, very whimsical looking. We also found a butter dish that was Italian pottery that was very whimsical looking. So it was the day for whimsical looking things in the Goodwill. And then we found some old school twinkle lights. The ones today are all LED and they shine different and they plug different. And if you have the Hallmark ornaments that plug into lights, they don't work on those LED lights, but they will work on the old twinkle lights and people still like them. So we buy them and we sell them. We found a couple of sets of those. They both worked. We got them. They're ours. They came back with us. The other thing that we found were a couple of vintage Christmas shirts. Now, I like to buy Christmas shirts, but I like to buy the vintage ones, and offer those up. So I'll get those listed later this week. All in all, it was a productive day. It was a fun day. We were happy to get out and do a little bit of thrifting together. We like to do this every couple weeks, and it keeps things a little more fun to get out of the office for a little while. And of course, we ended the day with a margarita and a taco for me. Kevin usually has enchiladas and burritos, but we have a Mexican restaurant that we like that's in the Dayton, Ohio area, and that's El Rancho Grande. There was one near there, so that's where we went. Great day. Those are my thoughts on what we found in Middletown. There's a couple more thrift stores in that area. We'll probably head back that way in a couple of weeks. Meanwhile, I'll see you on the back road. Bye.